Hey y'all, welcome back to my side flower garden. Today we're tackling a question a lot of us have been asking. Is it officially too hot to garden? Because listen, when you step outside and the heat hits you like a wall, the first thing you wonder is whether your plants are struggling just as much as you are. Now, I'll tell you what made me think of this. I walked out one morning, it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was already too hot. So that's kind of my sign to say, okay, enough of this. I'm probably done planting for a while and I may pivot to seeds. But what I'm doing today is just assessing, am I done? Is it over? So I had purchased a couple of begonias and decided that I wanted to just simply get them in the ground because I didn't want them to stay in the container. So that's what you see me doing here. I'm putting them in. You won't see me digging deep holes. And so I had purchased begonias because at the Lowe's Garden Center, they were on sale on clearance for $1. So I purchased quite a few of them. And then also the Super Tunia Vista Bubblegum Petunias, they were marked off half price. So I purchased a couple of begonias and I also purchased the petunia, but I don't want it to sit in the container. So I just want to get it out of the container. Sometimes I'll move plants around depending on how the flower garden is looking. Like if some of the annuals are starting to kind of fade away and die off, then I'll replace them with some of my latest clearance finds. So that's what you see me doing here, just kind of getting them out of the container, not necessarily getting them deep in the ground. But anyway, now summer heat is nothing new here in the South, of course. But lately, those temperatures have been creeping up into the zone where both gardeners and plants start tapping out. So as you can see, I was putting these plants in the ground, but later in the video, I'm going to show you how they looked about a week later. But anyway, most vegetables and flowers have a comfort range, usually between 70 and 85 degrees. Once we start hitting those 90s and especially those triple digit heat indexes, plants go into survival mode. So I'll notice, for example, in my vegetable garden, I'll go outside and they will look shriveled up, and then by nighttime, they look fine again. And I think that's their way of protecting themselves against the heat. But they'll stop growing, they stop producing, and some will even scorch or wilt no matter how much water you give them. But here's the twist. Too hot doesn't mean you have to quit gardening. It just means you have to garden smarter. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, like I said, when I walked out and it was really, really hot at 7 o'clock in the morning, that just officially let me know I'm on a break. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on a break. When I say a break, I mean one of my favorite things is just simply playing in the dirt, getting these clearance finds, planting them in the ground, the garden design, adding new color, changing the landscape, making it look differently. But once the heat gets too bad, then it takes all of the fun out of gardening for me, especially in the flower garden. So at that point, I'm done planting, and my chores look a little more like simply making sure that everything is watered, and that's it. It's probably little else that I'll do here in the South because it is hot in the morning. Of course, it's hot in the middle of the day, and then it's hot even in the evening, even after the sun goes down. So that's kind of the telltale sign for me. And then in addition to that, even the shopping for clearance finds loses its luster, because in the garden center, what I noticed maybe the last 2 or 3 times that I've gone, even though it was hot, they had the plant misters going. And so if you went early in the morning, it wasn't so bad because you could also just kind of walk through the mist. And so it just feels nice to have the cool water being misted on you as well as on the plants. But even that isn't enough anymore. So not only is it too hot to be outside, but tracking down the clearance finds, it's no longer fun for me because it's just miserably hot in the garden center. Even the workers, the last couple of times that I've gone, even though they have these huge fans, it's just miserable there. So I do think I'm officially done. So, like I said, I just wanted to get these plants in the ground just so that they weren't contained to the containers and their roots were bound. So I wanted to give them a little bit of breathing room. So I'm going to show you how this area looked a couple of days later. Actually, it was about a week later. Um, and it actually didn't look too bad. The plants are still doing fine. They're doing well. But you could tell that the sun was starting to get to them. So this is kind of an overview. See how green the plants are, how colorful the flower blooms are. They don't look spent. The soil looks nice and lush and thick and black, and everything looks pretty good, pretty healthy, and it's doing fine. The colors are vibrant. And as far as spacing, I like a crowded garden look, so especially with my flowers. So that's kind of the look that I'm going for. But anyway, so this is my side flower garden, and just so that you know, this is a partial sun area. So it does get some direct sun, but for the most part it's in the shade. So this was a week later. You see the difference. It looked a little dry and dusty over here. And this is with it being watered sometimes twice a day. So anyway, yeah, I don't have a drip or irrigation or sprinkler system. I like coming out, taking a look at the plants. I like to see how they're doing. I like to see what progress has been made. In the vegetable garden, I have fruit trees, so I just like to check on the progress of everything. And my family also, they are outside a good bit, and so while they're outside, they will also water the plants. So they do get watered a fair amount, and they are still doing good, but I just wanted to revive them a little bit here. They did look a little thirsty and not as vibrant as they were a week ago. But anyway, I do think, to the whole point of this video, for me in the South, it does come a point where our heat gets dangerously hot. And I don't, as much as I love being outside and looking at the progress and watching the beautiful colors in the flower garden and watching things grow and thrive and changing my mind about placement and redesigning the look and playing in the dirt, it's just gotten dangerously hot. So for me, I hate to give up a good clearance find, but I think I'm going to pass for maybe the next 2 or 3 weeks. And to be honest, July, the last week in July, I did look it up. That's usually the peak for the hottest day of the year in most areas in the United States. It's usually that last week in July. So we've got a couple more weeks to go where it's going to be a scorcher. So that's it. And also in the comments, if you've made it this far, let me know if you're done.